work on exiting your unproductive and lazy girl era and reset yourself? I got you. I'm gonna teach you. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Latoya Likambi and I upload lifestyle, skincare and personal development content. Today I'm back with another personal development video. Not too much on my voice, guys. I'm not feeling too well, but I'm going to be teaching you how to exit your unproductive girl era, be productive again, get back on the flow and reset yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into 3 chapters. That does not mean 3 steps because there are many steps to this process. However, I'm going to separate it into 3 easy chapters: chapter 1, 2 and 3, and of course we're going to start with chapter 1. So the first chapter and the first step within that chapter is to stop being comfortable in your current mental state. This is something that many of us struggle to do. Stop being comfortable in sadness. Stop being comfortable in unproductiveness. Get out of your feelings. Stop listening to this sad music. Put the sad playlist off. Stop watching videos that encourage you to stay the same in this sad, unproductive, and almost even depressive state. Stop doing it. It's not healthy for you. It does remind you that there are other people who are going through what you're going through, which is extremely important because of course you do need to know you're not the only person going through what you're going through, but it's really important to step away from being comfortable in your current position. It's not good and it's not healthy for you, and it most definitely is toxic. And also stop listening to music that makes you feel comfortable with being in your current sad, lazy and unproductive state. In fact, I don't even want to say lazy, I'm going to say unproductive. And this is something that I used to struggle with a lot when I was upset or when I was down. It's not good for you. It is not good for you, guys. Music is so powerful. Music is so strong. You really need to analyze and really pause and listen to the words that you're listening to in these songs or these playlists that you're playing, because a lot of these songs and a lot of this music that you're listening to will manifest even more sadness and unproductiveness into your life. You can't tell me that when you're sad you've never listened to a sad playlist or an unmotivating playlist. You can't tell me that makes you feel better. You can't, because even I've done that before. That does not make me feel any better at all. Yes, it brings out all your tears. It helps you to let the tears out. But is it really helping you? No. Cut the playlist off. Remove songs that make you feel down or drag you down when you're already down. It's not good for you. And then you also need to stop labeling yourself, or stop jumping onto these trends on social media where it's becoming normalized for people to label themselves as toxic, as bipolar, as delusional. It's not funny, it's not a joke. These are real mental illnesses that people struggle with and people go through. And the power of the tongue is so important. I can't stress this enough. Stop labeling yourself. It's not a flex, it's not a good thing. It's most definitely not a joke. And it's not some cute phrase that you throw around. Do you even know what it means to be delusional? I really want you to take the time, pause this video, go and look up the definitions of these things and come back. By labeling yourself as these titles, these mental illnesses and these problems, you're manifesting these things into your life for real. Regardless of if you think it's a joke or not, regardless if you think, oh, this is just a trend, everybody's doing it, so I'm gonna do it too, it's just a joke. Oh, I'm delusional over him, her. It's not funny and it's not a joke. It's not something that should be played with. The power of the tongue is so powerful and so important. This is one thing that my mom has always taught me from young. She's always taught me and my siblings that the power of the tongue is so important. And sometimes I'd be like, okay, calm down, mom, it's just a joke. She'd be like, don't say that, don't say things like that. I'll be like, come on, it's a joke, it's not that deep. It is very much deep. It's so much deeper than we think it is. Please be careful of the words that you use. Also, this trend that's going around of, oh, I'm just a girl, I have no purpose on this earth but to be a girl. Oh, I'm just a girl. You're so much more than that. You are so much more than that. And I get it. Sometimes it feels like, oh, it's just a joke, everybody's doing it. Even me, myself, I catch myself saying that sometimes. I'm just a girl. It's so much deeper than we think it is. There is so much more to life. You have a purpose. You're destined for something greater than all these terms and labels that have been thrown around on social media that everybody's just throwing out there as a joke. You also need to get up and force yourself out of your comfort zone. it is so extremely important to get up and force yourself out of your comfort zone. It's not comfortable. It won't feel good at the start, especially if you've been in this era or this unproductive slump for a while. But that is one thing that I always tell myself when I'm feeling down. I need to get out my feelings. I need to get up. Stop having pity for myself. I need to stop feeling sorry for myself, throwing a pity party for myself, and I need to get up. It's not even just about being in a slump. Sometimes when it's time to go to school, I'll be like, oh, I really don't want to wake up. It's too cold. Girl, get up. Get up. Stand on those 2 feet that God gave you. Rise up and get going. Okay? Do you hear me? Get going. If you're watching this video, then clearly you want to see change in your life. Clearly you want to learn how to exit that era. You really, really do need to get up. Nothing is good. Nobody can change your life but yourself. A magic fairy isn't going to come out of nowhere and, I don't know, solve your problems for you. You need to make the action. You need to get up and you need to do these things yourself. But I'm not going to go too much into that because that does tie into my very, very last chapter. So I'm going to just move on to chapter 2. Okay, so chapter 2 is all about analyzing and evaluation. You need to step back, evaluate your life, evaluate yourself, the people around you, your current life position and your situation, and think. It's all about stepping back, pausing, and thinking. Becoming aware of yourself and your surroundings, thinking, what is causing me to be like this? Why is my life like this? Think, why are you this way? Is there anybody that's causing you to be this way? Is it your surroundings? Because most of the times we can find ourselves in a slump or being unproductive because of the people around us. And it's so hard to notice sometimes. Sometimes you won't even know, but it will be your own friends that are pulling you down, dragging you back. If you have friends that always want to be there for you when you're upset, they always want to talk about their pities, but when you're doing well, they disappear. They're nowhere to be seen. Then there's something wrong. You need to get rid of those friends. You need to have friends that are there with you, obviously through the lows, but encourage you to do better and be high. I mentioned this in my last personal development video. Sorry. Guys, I'm not feeling very well at the moment, so my throat is a bit Avoid friends who are not willing to make any progress in their own lives. Avoid friends who are on your same level and they don't want to upgrade or they don't want to elevate. Avoid people like that. They are not the type of people you need in your life, especially if you're trying to exit your unproductive and your lazy girl era. There has been times where I'm feeling low and I'm feeling down, and I would have told some of my friends, and I would have friends who would be like, it's okay, girl, I can never be bothered either, and this and this and this, and girl, don't even make any effort. Then I'll speak to another friend and they're telling me, girl, it's okay. They're making me know that it's all right, but they make sure to keep it real with me. They make sure to tell me, girl, you need to get back on your game. You need to take the time out, step out of the game for a second, relax, clear your mind, and you need to get back on your A game. That's what my true friends would tell me, and that's what your true friends should tell you too. They will tell you, step back, pause, meditate, reflect, and get back on your game. Start reading your Bible, start praying again, and start getting on that run, okay? Which leads into the next thing that I'm going to say. You also need to think about how this behavior is affecting you. How is this behavior affecting you in your day-to-day life? Do you want to change? Why do you want to change? Think about these things. Then take it to God. Pray about it. It's always so important to take your situations to God, because of course you're the only person who can change your life, but God can also change your life for you, and he can only do that if you're willing to take action. Faith without works is dead. You can't pray for something, not put in any effort, not put in any work, and expect the results to just boom. It doesn't make sense, does it now? You can't sit there and ask God for this and the other, and you're not putting in any action yourself. I remember reading something a few years back, and it stuck with me since the year that I read that. And it said something along the lines of, you can't pray to God for an A and study as if you're working towards a B. And then when you get that B, you're like, oh God, but I prayed for an A. How come you didn't give me an A? I thought you were a God of miracles, this and this and the other. But did you put in the work though? You did not put in the work. And even if you do put in the work, don't expect it to be a 20-80 situation where you put in 20% of the work and you expect God to just do the rest. Of course God is powerful, of course God can move mountains, but you need to show that you really want what you're praying for and you're gonna work towards it. You need to work with God, not just sit back and say, oh God, please give me this, I want this. You're the God that says he can do anything, so do it for me, and then you don't do anything. That's not how it works. That's not how life works at all. Same for non-believers. You can't just sit there and hope for success, hope to make it out in life, but then you sit there and you don't make any effort. Does it sound like it makes sense to you? Because to me it doesn't, and to you it shouldn't either. You need to make sure that your actions are matching your prayers. And even now, as I film this video and I'm sitting down talking to you, I am in a bit of a slump myself. But it's not because I've been unproductive recently. I actually have. I'm just not well. But I'm still sitting here doing this video because I believe it's a part of my purpose to inspire others, to help others. I'm praying that I'm gonna get better. I will. You can probably hear it in my voice that I'm not feeling too well, but that's besides the point. So I was talking about praying. Yes, I was talking about praying against spirits of laziness, procrastination, etc. Procrastination is something that I have struggled with over the years so much, and I still do from time to time. But as I did mention before in my video on how to become that girl, I have improved so much, and I'm so proud of myself. One thing that helped me with that is praying. I realized that I struggle with this. I realized that it's getting in the way of my day-to-day life, and I need to do something about it. I don't want to sit there in my comfort zone and stay the same. I want to take the risk and pray about it and jump out of my comfort zone and do something about it, because the risk of staying the same is more higher and more severe than me taking the risk to change and be a bit uncomfortable at first, but now the outcome is so amazing and I feel much better. And I'm using myself as an example because I'm sitting here helping you to get better, even though from time to time I do struggle with procrastination myself. So what I'm about to mention is really important. You don't need to wait until the right time. There is no magical time where life is just gonna come together and then you can start. You need to start now. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not gonna wait until I have become my best self, until I can sit down and inspire others. I'm gonna start now. I'm still on my own journey, but I'm still gonna start with what I have. And it's so important to learn to start and use the resources that you have. If you have a goal to be healthy and get in shape, you don't need to wait until you have the money to go to a premium gym club, or you don't need to wait until you have the money to go to an expensive Pilates club. Girl, you can do that at home. You can do that at home. You do not need to wait. Start with what you have, because that holds a lot of people back from entering their productive and healthy era, because they feel as if they don't have everything they need. You have everything you need. God blessed you with everything you need. You have it within yourself. You just need to train your mind and take the action to leave that state of unproductiveness and laziness and move to the next level where you're going to help yourself. There's other ways to exercise if your goal is to get fit. You don't need to wait until you have the money to go to the gym. And this just reminds me of a friend of mine, because she has just started a new podcast. I'm gonna link it in the description. I highly recommend you listen to it. It's a great podcast. It's called Sweet Like Tea by my friend Tiffany, and she does mention about how starting with what you have is so important, and she does talk a lot about that. So I'm gonna link her podcast in the description, and I'm gonna put her icon of her podcast probably somewhere around here. But guys, do go listen, especially if you're watching my video and you're keen on self-development and being productive. Her podcast is definitely something that you'll be interested in, and you will definitely benefit from that. Okay, so chapter 3 is all about taking action and actually putting all of these things that I have taught you into practice. This is the most important step, because now that you've learned, it's time for you to get up, go and put all of this into action. Take a break from social media. That's the first thing I'd advise you to do. Social media can drag us down so much into being even more unproductive, especially TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, all of these things, because they're quick little videos that can get you hooked right into them, and you'll spend your time scrolling for hours and hours. And I get it. I get why people do it. Even sometimes I find myself doing it because there's just so much out there. There's so much entertainment. Within 5-10 seconds of watching videos, you could have experienced 5 different emotions. It gives you so much adrenaline, and it just entertains you and it keeps you hooked for ages, which is exactly why it's unhealthy for you. That's why you need to take a break. That's what I am doing at the moment. I was actually contemplating about deleting one of my TikTok accounts. I don't know about that yet, but we'll see. I have to talk with God about that one. But yeah, I do have an account that I was thinking about deleting, or deactivating at least. One thing about me that I also do is keep my phone on do not disturb. I know about this whole people who keep their phone on DND are bougie and all this and that and the other. Do it, okay? Just do it. Take my word and do it. It's good for you, it's better for you, and it's gonna help you get out of your lazy girl era or your slump. I have the big 2 deadly combinations on my phone, okay? I have my phone on do not disturb and I have my phone on silent, because I do not need people belling my line 24/7. I do not need to hear ping ping ping. I don't need to see notification after notification. It's just overwhelming and it can be overstimulating sometimes. So do take that step. Or when you are doing important tasks, turn the internet off on your phone, turn your data off, or if you do really struggle that bad, put airplane mode on. Sometimes I have had to do that in the past. Put airplane mode on so you're unreachable, untouchable, and unavailable, and get what you need done and out the way, okay? You won't regret it. You're gonna thank yourself later for taking these actions. Also, clear out your phone. But it's also important to clear out your phone in general. Delete contacts, delete people's contacts from your phone that you don't talk to anymore, delete old messages, unsubscribe from a lot of emails, because the way that I receive thousands of emails all the time is wild. And I know I'm 100% not the only one. I have had to sit there and unsubscribe to a bunch of emails that I have received, and a bunch of companies that are just sending me emails and spamming my inbox. Unsubscribe, because you don't need all of these notifications packing up your phone, jamming up your phone. It's unnecessary. Also, make it a habit to go to bed early. This is definitely 100% something that I need to listen to as well, and I'm definitely going to come back to this video and rewatch it when I forget, because most of the times I do go to bed late and it's a really bad habit. Avoid being on your phone at night. Go to bed, settle, sleep, get enough hours of sleep, and then wake up the next morning. Wake up earlier. That is also something that I don't like doing. I really don't like waking up early in the morning. One day I'm gonna get there. One day I will get there. One day, guys, I promise. One thing that I have actually mastered though is setting my goals for my day the night before. Every night before I go to bed, I set goals for what I want to complete the next day, and it just helps me to be organized, and it does delay unproductiveness in my life. And then another thing that I'm going to talk about is my productivity planner. So I'm not going to touch too much on this because I do want to do a separate video. But for those of you who don't know, I have published a productivity planner called A New Year Better Me by Latoya Likambi. So I actually published this planner earlier on this year in 2023, and this is the perfect time to talk about it because we are getting towards the end of the year. Do you know what that means? It means it's time to prepare for 2024. So this is the ultimate self-development planner that enables you to become your best self, enables you to be more productive, set out your goals, and it also includes clear spaces for you to create vision boards, and there's a space for every single month of the year where you can make your goals. There's inspirational quotes, and there is a reflection page at the end of each month, as well as an annual reflection page. The planner has helped me a lot to become more organized and reflect on my progress throughout the year, because sometimes we find it really hard to see progress, especially when you're in a slump. You feel like you've not made any progress really, but when you look back, you reflect on each month, you realize that I have made progress, because you are constantly evolving. If you are putting that effort in to being the best version of yourself and to exit this lazy girl era, then you will notice that you're making progress, and progress isn't always a straight line. Progress goes up and down and up, down. It's not just an easy straight line or climb to the top. progress goes up and down. You will catch yourself falling sometimes, but it's okay, because we are human beings who experience, we learn from experiences, we grow, and we become better versions of ourselves. So this planner is currently on sale at the moment. I will link it in the description as well. And I am also really excited to announce that I am hosting an event next year. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a brunch, lunch, or dinner yet. I should have said that in order. Oh yeah, I did. Brunch, lunch, dinner. Anyways, I'm not sure which one of the three is going to be, but it's going to be an amazing event for females to come together, talk, inspire others, eat, of course. Eat. I gotta include those good eats. Impact each other, inspire each other, talk about our goals and our visions for the future and our goals and plans for the upcoming year. It's going to be called the New Year Better Me Brunch, Lunch, or Dinner, whatever one it is. But yeah, it's going to be a free event based in Liverpool. The only thing you need to do, or the only thing you are required to do in order to come to this event, is purchase my planner. And it is actually going to be a limited event, so it will be limited to around 25-30 people, maybe even less. It's not going to be a huge event. So when I do have more details about that, check out all of my socials, my Instagram, TikTok, and I will be posting on all of those. I will also be updating you on my YouTube, so I'm really excited about that. Another thing you need to do that comes within this chapter of taking action is not mixing together discipline and motivation, which is something that a lot of people do every single day. They mistake one for the other. You need to be disciplined, not motivated. Motivation is good, don't get me wrong, but motivation comes and goes. You are not always going to be motivated. The best example I can use for this, or I can give for this, is when it comes to going to the gym or getting exercise done, because I've had experience with this myself. I remember when I was more consistent with going to the gym, I based all of my workouts and my schedule and my gym life on discipline, solely on discipline. Most of the times I would love going to the gym, but there were definitely days where I did not want to go to the gym, especially on Saturdays. I did not want to wake up early and go to the gym. Do you really think I want to wake up on a Saturday morning, early in the morning, and go to the gym? No, I didn't. I really, I didn't, but I forced myself to anyway, and that's discipline. If you base what you want to do or what you have to do off of motivation, then that's going to drag you into being even more unproductive. Because people who say, oh, I'm motivated, so today I'm going to put in the work. It's a good thing to put in the work, but because you're basing that on motivation, as soon as your motivation drops or loses, you're going to find it hard to concentrate on this task that you have to complete. Whereas if you're disciplined, it doesn't matter whether you're motivated or not, you know that you have to get it done. And that is the importance of being disciplined rather than motivated. If you face distraction issues, which is something I do face a lot as well myself, I am quite an easily distracted person. I'm not even going to say quite, I am an easily distracted person. Something that I recommend is investing in noise cancelling headphones. This is something that I'm going to get this year, so I'm so excited. I did ask my mom if she can get these for me, and she is going to. They help so much. I don't think I'll link them in the description because yeah, I'll probably just put pictures of some on different websites that you can get here, but they help a lot, especially if you're a student and you find it hard to concentrate when you're working. Noise cancelling helps a lot because it limits your distractions and it helps you stay focused. The first time I tried noise cancelling headphones was my friend actually had a pair and they were just so good. I was like, yeah, I need these. It limited all of the distractions and cancelled out the noise around me. I also recommend finding a quiet and clean space. Heavy on clean, okay? Quiet, clean spaces to study in. Not even just to study in, to complete tasks, because this is not just about school. This is about you being productive. I'm just using studying as an example because I am a student, but one thing I do tend to do when I study is I'll go to a library, I'll go to a cafe, a coffee shop, or if you have a study room in your house, work on your tasks and complete them in that study room because it will have an impact on your levels of productivity and it will also limit a lot of distractions. It's a useful thing. It's very useful. The last thing I'm going to say today that is going to help you exit your unproductive era and help you to reset yourself and become a better and more productive person is to celebrate all the wins in your life. Celebrate the small wins, the big wins, especially those small wins. They mean so much. If you don't learn to celebrate the small wins, when you get onto the big wins, you'll only expect more, and you won't learn to appreciate what you have completed or how far you've come, and you'll only be looking for more, and you won't feel good enough, and you'll start putting too much pressure on yourself. So always celebrate the small wins in your life, whether that's hitting 100 subscribers or reaching a certain amount of followers. And I don't mean 100,000 followers. It could be you've hit 1,000 followers, or your business has hit 500 followers. Celebrate those small things. It's really, really important. It will keep you focused, and it will fuel you to work harder and push yourself to get to the next level and keep working smart and hard. Appreciate yourself, appreciate all the things in your life, appreciate the people around you, appreciate the life that God has blessed you with. There are so many people out there struggling, and you need to sometimes just sit back, think, pause, and just be like, thank you, God. I have education, I have a roof over my head, I have a life, I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I'm healthy. Thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord. Take that time back, be grateful. Have a heart of gratitude and trust the progress. Trust your journey. You're on a journey. Trust in God's plans for you. He has something for you. You have a purpose. You were put on this earth for a reason. Record your wins. Write your wins down. Do little things to celebrate. Take yourself out. Make a post about how grateful you are. And just have a heart of thankfulness and gratitude. And you will find good things flowing to you abundantly because of your good heart and how grateful you are. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope and pray that you are able to exit this unproductive girl era, get back on your feet, work towards being your best self. And I hope you found this video useful. As I always say, take a lot of notes, and I hope you feel inspired. I'll see you guys next time. I